back on the consistent YouTube grind. So today, planning on going heavy on deadlifts, and now we are indefinitely switching to calibrated plates. And you know why? Competition coming up, and yeah, heavy today. You might see a bit of squat as well. Planning on doing heavy squat as well. So yeah, so we're going to start on deadlifts. I usually jump up in reds. Occasionally I'll go up in like 40, but usually my deadlift jumps are like 50. So yeah, enough of me yapping. We're just gonna get right into the video, starting with 70, and yeah. So now we got 120 because I just added another red on, and I just want to give you guys a little breakdown of what I'm aiming for this comp. I'm aiming for a 600 kilo total, and for me that would be a huge achievement. I'm hoping to be able to hit it in training before the comp, just to, have that confidence. But I'm going against someone who I know is also competing in my age and my weight category, and he's very strong. That's Tom. If he's watching this, he'll know. And yeah, he's got like a crazy 600 plus total already. So yeah, he's the one I'm going to be going against, but it's all friendly, And yeah, aiming for 600 plus. I can't really give you a full-on breakdown of what the lifts are going to look like. I'm hoping for at least, squat 210, bench 140 plus, and deadlift 250 or maybe even more. So yeah, that's the main goal. But we're going to get this set done. We're going to load some more plates.
I don't know if you can tell, but in this moment I felt really nervous for this lift because in my mind I'm gonna attempt a PR and I've had a bit of trauma from my last competition about failing PRs. But then I realized this is the process. This is what I need to do to succeed. If I fail, I fail. If I get it, I get it. It's all to do with winning.
This is going to be my top set. This is 230 kilograms. And I'm going to put a video here now about what 230 looked like a few months ago when I first did it for a PR. Yeah, pretty much safe to say I almost died trying to lift it. Well, not really, but there was no way I could have added like another kilo onto it. So that's almost been one of the pinnacles to show like how far I've come in the last few months and how I've like disciplined myself in the gym and into this sport. So yeah, this is going to be our top set. See how it moves. So yeah, Jesus Christ. So that's a 10 kilo triple PR. Oh, that's amazing. That last rep, you right, mate? That last rep was it was a fight, but since coming short at the end of that last competition, failing 245, and in front of a crowd where I humiliated myself because I jumped too high, and being able to come back and display feats of strength like this, it's not just character building for me. It's almost like I'm a new person coming into this sport of powerlifting. I don't want to get too deep here, but this sport has done more for me than I could ever have imagined. 5 years ago, I was a little kid who hated any kind of sport, who never wanted to play football, rugby, and it's amazing the fact that I've been able to get here. And I don't know what happened, to be honest. I think it was one day where I thought I had enough of being the small guy. And I remember that day walking into the gym asking to get my first membership. And yeah, that day changed my life. So yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled with that. And I think next we're gonna set up and do some squats. Yippee. Right, so we've got squats now. And squats has been a lift that I've said it many times. It sounds like an excuse now. But it's always been my worst lift. Out of the squat, bench, deadlift, my squats always fell behind, but it's usually because I always skipped doing legs when I started doing powerlifting. So obviously it just fell behind naturally. But yeah, so we're starting with 70 on the bar. I don't go up in, well, I do go up in reds. I do go up in like 50 kilos sometimes. But then I drop the weight to like 40 increments, then 30 increments. I don't just keep jumping 50, 50, 50. So yeah, we're going to start with 70. I'm not wearing my singlet today because I chucked it in the wash. And yeah, I'm going to be wearing it towards the beginning of the competition. But that's, that's obvious. So yeah, start with 70. This is going to be my last warm up for my top set. Top set is going to be 190, and I'm going to drop another video right here about me squatting 190 in competition and how miserable it was. And this competition is a streak of redemption. I'm aiming high, hopes high, but I have no idea what the outcome's going to be. So we got to see. So that's now deadlift and squat done. I kind of want to do a tiny bit of bench, but nowhere near like the RPE that the squat and deadlifts were. I might just do some, I don't know, 80, 80, some paused reps, maybe do some Larson press, because right now I think my leg drive is lacking on bench. So I get that sorted out, 145 to 150 on the way. So like I said, I'm going to do a bit of bench. Decided I'm going to do Larson press, and some Spoto press just to get rid of that, sticking point, just getting above my chest. So I don't know if I'm going to combine the two. I'm going to do 2 sets of Larson, and then I'm going to do 2 sets of Spoto press. If you don't know what those are, I'll give a tiny quick tutorial on how to do each one. So basically, if you're not sure what a Larson press is, it's basically, as you saw in my first warm-up, you don't use your legs whatsoever. You create you do your exact form you do for your normal bench sets. You do everything until you put your bum down on the bench, and then what you'll do after that is you'll just put your feet forward, straight out in front of you. And basically, so you still have your arch, you still have everything. You are just not using leg drive. So you'll see in this set I'm about to do, I do everything I'd normally do on a bench set until right at the end. Then I put my legs forward and I do my set. It basically just cancels out all leg drive. You can basically your bench. It's one of the best variations of bench, in my opinion. I'd say Larson press, Spoto press, and pin press. If you want to look those up, I'll put a little caption of how to spell them. Just look them up and you'll see what I'm talking about. Right, so you saw there, basically brought my feet out, did my entire form as I'd normally do, but I just lift my feet up. Right, so this is going to be my top set for Larson press. Reason being I only did 2 warm-ups is because I did a lot of band work today before the session, like getting the chest going, because I always want my chest to be activated. And and I'm not going too heavy, so going in smaller increments, it's not really going to work. So I've just decided to stop at 80. I'm not an ego lifter. I like lifting heavy, but I'm not pushing what I know I can't do. Right, so now this is the last compound lift I'm going to do of the day. we got Spoto press, SPOTO press. And the premise of this is you're getting rid of the sticking point. Loads of people have different sticking points. Some people get it literally as the bar is on their chest, they can't get it off their chest. Some people have a sticking point where they get halfway up and then it stops. And then other people have lockout issues. Right near the lockout, they can't finish. Spoto press works the middle one. So it basically gets rid of that sticking point, which I have. If you see my bench videos, you see that the bar sometimes like either stops in the middle, slows down, and then I finish the rep, or every time I fail a PR, it always stops in the middle. So this is basically meant to get rid of that sticking point. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I would recommend this if your bench is also the same as mine, where you get stuck in the middle. I would recommend doing this variation. There's other variations such as pin press, which also help the middle sticking point. And hopefully, if I stay consistent making the YouTube videos, I can show you more of the variations you can use for the different sticking points in your bench press. And there's also going to be a video coming out I'm going to make on deadlift sticking points. So stay tuned for that. I definitely miscounted there. I was only meant to go for 6 and I went for 8. But it felt really light, so subconsciously my brain told me go for 8, so next set I'm just going to go for 8 anyway. All the compound's done.